Welcome back guys to another episode of ARK Survival Evolved with me, PommieGamer. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having a great day. And I'm in a bit of a building mood today, and there's been some couple of cool little things, little trinkets that have been added to ARK, so I thought I'd kick off today's episode by showing you guys those. I'm just up here in one of the towers that Freddy's built, which are pretty cool. So let's go outside, and you can see he's actually converted most of the wall now to stone, and he's putting in these little keeps there just to keep us safe a bit more, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, they've added some swords and shields now. So I mean, given that we're kind of going for a medieval kind of snow village theme for our base, kind of works out. So I thought I would show you these. So the first one that was added was actually a wooden shield, and you can craft this on yourself. And you can see here it takes 40 wood, 20 fibre and 12 hide, so pretty cheap actually. So let's craft one of those up. Let's check it out. There we go, so the wooden shield. Wooden shield on a layer of leather absorbs damage from front when activated. And so you can see over here now we've got this new offhand item slot. So we can place that there. Let's exit out of that. Ah, that's super cool. So let's just let's go out here into the center and take a look at it. Let's get into our trusty K menu. Pretty cool. It kind of looks like a barbarian at the moment. So that's pretty awesome. And then if you hold the right click, it puts it into a defensive stance, as you can see, like that. So this is what you would use to block. Let's take a look at what that looks like there. So yeah, so we can't really see that well when we're defending, which, you know, naturally, because we've got a plank of wood in our face. But it's pretty cool. Now, if I was to take out, say, a hatchet. Oh, I definitely look like a barbarian now. But can I attack? No, so you can't attack when the shield's up in your face. So it's a case of block, attack, you know, block, attack. But that's pretty cool. Now let's look at the other two items that were added, which you have to craft over at the smithy. So I've already gathered all the necessary resources. So the first thing we're going to craft is the sword. So let's go into weapons, primitive, melee, and there's the sword engram. So the undisputed ruler of short range combat needs a hotter flame to be forged. So metal ingot 50, wood 1 and hide 15. The metal cost probably a little bit expensive for early game players, but at this point we've got a ton of metal, we've got the metal forge going, so not a problem for us. So let's craft one of these up and see what it looks like. Awesome. And we'll drag that down to slot 5. Let's grab it. Nice. Feeling kind of piratey. It is kind of a pirate sword. I kind of now wish there's different varieties of swords, like a long sword. That would be pretty cool. But so left click does a straight up attack. But yeah, so straight up attack, and yeah, with the shield it looks pretty cool. Now the last thing that they've added is a metal shield, which obviously is going to offer us a lot more protection compared to the wooden shield. So let's take a look at that. So we go into armor, shields, and metal shield. So metal shield on a layer of leather absorbs damage from the front when activated. It costs 80 metal ingots, 20 cementing paste, and 15 hide. So we'll craft that one up. Awesome. Now let's swap out the metal one for our wooden one. Let's go out here and take a look. Ah, that looks even better. That's super epic. That's and it's got a nice little peekaboo slot, which is awesome because it means like when you're actually defending, you can still see your target. Now I do wonder if you could actually get a ranged arrow through that slot and still hit the person behind, or whether the hitbox covers the entire front of the shield. Might have to experiment with Freddy next time he's on the server with me, to see if that happens. But chances are, in a fight, you know, when people are moving around, jumping around, I'd be very surprised if anyone could land a shot through that slot. You'd have to be an expert marksman. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So that's the metal shield and sword and the wooden shield. awesome little additions, especially since we're doing the castle build. And that kind of makes me I'm in a sort of building medieval mood at the moment. So I've been doing a kind of little bit to the floors over the last few days off camera, but I really want to get this finished, this at least the basement level and this kind of first floor level, because it's really going to determine kind of where we go next with the build. So what I was thinking of doing today, guys, is to finish off this basement level, and maybe we'll get into some of the more sort of expensive items, some lighting, possibly some vaults if we have enough metal, because that would super help us out, and maybe even some refrigeration. I'll have to check how much resources we've got, but certainly first things first, we need to actually finish off putting down all of the stone floors and walls so we can kind of seal in this basement level. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go off, gather up all of the necessary resources, build a whole bunch of things, and then I'll bring you guys back for when we're ready to start the build and work. I'll see you guys in a bit. And we're back, guys, and I've just finished crafting up all of the stuff. So you can see here we've got an insane amount of stone items. It's taken quite a while, but I think we're ready to get some building done. So let's bring our trusty helper Ragnarok over here, who has super duper weight. Let's plonk him down here. Now I decided to extend this side of the castle out a bit. Now I did make a mistake. I should have left a thatch foundation to the side when we originally laid these, so we wouldn't end up with these things sticking through, which is exactly what I was trying to avoid when I did that in the first castle building video. And I didn't realise I wanted to extend this way, and now I do, so now we have to have these things sticking through down here. It's a little irritating, but at the end of the day, this is the basement level, you're not going to see them in the rest of the castle. Chances are we're going to have some storage along here anyway, so most of them are going to be obscured. That's how I've made my peace with it, because there's no way I'm relaying this entire floor again for the sake of that. Would love the ARK devs to fix that, though. It is entirely annoying that these things stick through when you place them after the fact. I just want a snap point in two places, that's all. But let's get ourselves geared up. So let's throw these onto our bar. I can't carry all of that, I know that for a fact. So let's just take 22 of them, do that. And yeah, let's start the build. And we're back, guys, and I've just finished laying the last of the ceilings and the walls, and it's turned out pretty good. I'm really liking the way it's starting to look. I kind of like the fact that it's not symmetrical. It's kind of got this sort of uneven shape to it, because I think that's kind of, it's more fitting with the land. Now we are going to be having a few problems. You can see just below me there near Ragnarok's head we've got this rock protruding, which means there's collisions. We also have the other issue, which I'll show you guys, which is the actual ground layer, where the walls are. In fact, do I have any spare ones to demonstrate? I do. So if I grab these and we come around here, so you see here it's obstructed, so it's clipping into the ground and it won't let me place, which is super annoying because I don't want these visible. So I think what we're going to actually have to do is, I know there is a no collision mod for building, and that's something I definitely want to explore a bit more, because I really want to be able to have like these things kind of blend in with the walls, with the rocks around them. I think it would just add something a bit more. But yeah, so far very impressive how it turned out. Now, some of you keen-eyed viewers would probably have spotted that I have no way of getting into the basement level now, and this is true. So what I want to do now is I'm going to build up some rounded stuff. I'm going to plan where my steps going down into the basement are going to be, and then I'll be right back. And we're back, guys. And I've just finished installing some stairs down. So this is where I decided to place them in the end. So I went for the curved stairs. Then we come down, and here is the basement in all of its glory. So for the time being, we're keeping the farm here because it's serving a purpose, and we have a silly amount of space. It's going to be epic. So what I thought we could do would be, I'm just trying to think about how we're going to best utilize the space. So the chances are we're going to probably put our vaults along this back wall here. I mean, we've got a fair amount of room to have quite a few, and this will provide us a lot of access to all of the stuff we need to store. But then even then, we've still got a huge amount of space. And I was looking at engrams and what we kind of need for the immediate future, and the two that I kind of landed on was the industrial grill, so we can cook up large amounts of meat, especially prime meat, because again, all of that is used in the kibble recipes. So if we can cook up loads of that and then get it all in the preserving bins, that's going to be a good thing. And then also these fruits that we're growing, they last quite a while when they're in here. I mean, that's got a 4-hour timer on it before it spoils, but as soon as you take them out, they last about 4 minutes. So we really need to get some refrigeration going. So what I thought we could do is to make those two things happen, and then we're going to be in a much better place. So I've already prepared ahead of time and filled the fabricator with all of the necessary resources, and providing I've done my maths correctly, we should have exactly the right amount. So let's just take a look at what it takes to make these things. So let's start with the industrial grill. Now this is quite expensive, so this is something I want to get right. 200 metal ingots, 30 crystal, 40 serpentine paste, and 40 oil. So very, very expensive. So let's turn on our fabricator and craft one of those. Awesome. Now if we go to the electric and refrigerator, you can see it's 120 metal ingots, 15 polymer, 25 crystal, and 10 electronics. So let's craft one of those up as well. That is awesome. In fact, we'll just drop these down on our bar now. Turn off the noisy fabricator. Let's head back over. I'm super excited that this is starting to take shape, and you know, I want it to be aesthetic and to look awesome, which I think it's starting to do, but also to be functional. Like I said, we've got a huge amount of space. So this is the kind of area that I thought we could end up building the stuff in. I just wanted to come over and check how big these things are. Okay, so the industrial grill is pretty big, kind of to be expected. So, but we could fit it quite comfortably in the corner there. I'm just trying to think about where to place it in relation to preserving bins. I guess I'm going to have probably a couple of preserving bins there. Now what about the fridge? The fridges are quite compact, which is good. Probably get quite a few of them along these walls here actually as well. So that's all really, really good. So before we can place any of those things, we need to make sure we've got all of our electrical wiring done properly. Now if we hop over to the smith, then we should, if I remember correctly, yes, we've got quite a few stuff made up already. So how much of this stuff can we carry? We're not going to need all of it, but let's take about 9 of those. We're going to need the straight cables, so let's just take a bunch of those and a bunch of those. We should hopefully, yeah, we're not burdened, that's good. So let's run back over to the castle. I definitely think in a few episodes time one of the things we're going to need to focus on is dino pens. It's becoming a bit disorganised around here. Wow, that was some lag. It's basically teleported. Am I protected from the elements in here? No, of course not. So we're all going to shiver. So, I'm guessing we're going to want a junction box here. So let's just kind of line ourselves up and walk this way. So we're going to need a cross-section piece here. So in fact, let's grab these down onto our bar like so. Three. Now, where are you placed? That's that one there, so it's going to be going into the corner. And I'm hungry, so this is why we need the industrial grill. Alright, best go and eat some food before I end up starving. Okie doke, right, so chances are we're going to want to take that one out. That will kind of put us more in the middle than anything else. So let's take this straight cable out to my shoe. 3. Give me the snap point, there we go. Excellent. Right. The 4, like so. Now, what I'm hoping is we can do one of those, and I don't know whether we're going to need to run a cable down, but let's just double check. We should be able to get a snap point directly in the wall like that, which is pretty good. What happens if we run a vertical one down? Can we get one in the floor so the junction box is completely tucked away? Let's have a look. I mean, that's pretty hidden, isn't it? I'd imagine some of it's going to protrude on the outside, but I'm not really too fussed about that. Let's place one there and just see what happens. We may need to relay it, but that's pretty good. Quite happy with how tidy that looks. So now, let's actually go and grab some gas as well and put it into the generator. Play hopscotch with the Sarcos. Now, I know we've made up a load of gas here, so let's just grab a couple of these. And that way at least we'll be able to tell if everything's lit up properly. So we'll come over to the Jenny. Oh, we've already got loads in there. That's me thinking ahead. So let's just turn that on. And so you see the cables turn yellow when it's all lit up and functional, so that's good. We know we've got a connection. Let's just turn you off briefly. Now over here, this is where we want to figure stuff out. So let's get the industrial grill down first. Let's do one of these. Can we go into K menu so we can see? No, that's problematic. Not to worry, we can do this the old-fashioned way. Really annoyed that I don't know why I can't see it in K mode. Normally we can. Need to put you down for just 1 second so I can actually see. Kind of want it to obscure that thing sticking out the ground, so let's line it up with this line here. Let's get some parallel stuff going on. It's looking pretty good. Double check. Okay, awesome. Now how far? Now I want to make sure that's obscured, so let's just take it as far right as we can. Leave a little bit of a gap. Just want to double check that's parallel again. I think we need to go a little bit to the left, not that much. This is so expensive, it's just like I'd sooner spend ages just trying to get this absolutely bang on as much as I possibly can, rather than regret the decision. I just really wish I could see behind it, but... So if that's where it starts clipping, we should have more than enough room there. And place. And I'm pretty happy with how that all turned out. Now, industrial grill, let's have a look. Must contain gas. This actually takes gas and not electricity, so not required to operate that, so that's cool, but we need the electricity for our fridge anyway, so let's grab some gas out of here. Let's just take a look at the industrial grill. Throw this in here. So we turn it on. Happy days, that's awesome. Right, the fridges. Now, I think we're going to put some preserving bins here for like the stuff that we end up making. So I want some fridges along this wall here. Now I'm wondering, can I actually run some straight cables directly along? No, they're going to go that way. How is the best way to get across to that wall there, I wonder? I could split that one into another, bring it down there, have a junction box there, just so it's obscured, because you end up getting these connecting cables that come out. So let's just do that. We'll take this one out if I can get a... No. That's what we want. Demolish that one. Just stick one of these in here. We'll go for another straight. That's interesting. It's not going to... It's not going to reach far enough. How are we going to do this? Could do another one in the mid. Run it along and then down. Let's try that. Let's run another straight, and then we'll run one of these down like that. And let's grab another junction box and we'll just stick this one here. Like so. So it's kind of all at least neatly tucked against the wall. Now let's take our fridge. Really, these things are annoying me more than anything. But c'est la vie. Can we K-menu with you? No, I don't think so. That's really strange. There's some weird kind of... You see that? Like, if you look through the fridge, it's kind of distorting the wall behind it, so making it really difficult to judge. Let's get a parallel line going, so let's try you. It's looking pretty good. How far back can we go? Just double check. Give me a parallel line. Kind of difficult to use the stone floors to check this because naturally they're not exactly straight themselves, so that's as far back as we can go. Can we go any closer to this side? Let's try that. Okay, it's our fridge connected. That's awesome. Now this is the thing that annoys me the most about this stuff, is these lines here. Now, not going to matter too much because we're going to have a load of fridges here, and the net result is they're going to obscure that, but they're so ugly, these cables. So unfortunately not much we can do about that, but let's turn it on and check it out. So we turn it on, and yes, we have power. The fridge is powered. Oh, I love that sound, that's amazing. And we're back, guys, and I was just having a look down here, and it's super dark down here. And that really doesn't help, actually. That is really bad timing. I have no wood. Can I find my way out by fumbling around? Probably not. Look, we're going to have to gamma up, I think, on this one. There we go. So yeah, it's super dark down here, as you can see. So what I thought we'd do is actually install some lights. So I've made up some lights, and they should just run off of the straight off of the junction boxes that are there. So I just think of a good place to put them. I kind of want to get as much of the area lit as possible. I don't think we're going to be sticking anything in front of these fridges, so we might just want to stick one here. Let's try and get as close as we can. Sort of stick it around there. And placed. Ah, those annoying lines. But it's powered at least, so we turn that on. Oh Christ, that's bright. That's just one. Let's just gamma down to like something like 1.4 and see. Yeah, it's doing its job though. That's just one light. So that's pretty good. So at least we can see what we're doing when we're down over here. It's kind of annoying it just does that area there. So we're going to probably need quite a few. But at least we've got one light installed, which is awesome. I'm just going to gamma back up. Yeah, so I'm really liking how this all turned out now. So we've got our grill, cook up a load of meat. I actually brought down all of the prime meat and the eggs from the preserving bins up there. And I was just so surprised to see the timers. So if we look at the Argentavis kibbles, so it's going to spoil in 2 days when it's on me. Now let's look at it when it's in here. 206 days. So fridge is definitely a worthwhile investment. The prime meat is along the same kind of path, 87 days. Pretty good. The eggs, 697. So we can leave this running for, you know, 2 years at least, and we'll still have these eggs. So pretty good. So the only thing we then need to worry about is keeping gas in that thing. Now the great thing about living in the north is oil is so abundant, and so is hide, so we shouldn't have any problems with manufacturing a lot of gas for that Jenny, and then we can power everything that we need to. And hopefully the place that I've put it, which is here, and how we've done our wiring, will enable us to power the entire castle off of one generator, which is exactly what I wanted. So pretty cool. Really happy with how this turned out, and I'm really looking forward to kind of doing a really kind of nice aesthetic piece in here. This will become like kind of the grand hallway as you enter. So yeah, super happy with how everything turned out today. Well, that's going to be it for today's episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, remember to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more ARK Survival Evolved videos. Until the next one, guys, keep calm and level up.